Yeah, so today we'll be looking at the one process which is involved in human resource management, which is recruitment. So we all know that recruitment is most exciting process for most of the job seekers because they always look out to adverts and all that. So the recruitment is whereby an employer is trying to get some employees who have to join them as an organization. So could be external or internal recruitment depending on what the organization wants to achieve by the end of the day. So for example, what is needed is that this is whereby you need to add the additional numbers of staff to your portfolio. So, in short, the recruitment is regarded as the filling up of positions which could be there. So, I think what is key to appreciate is that whenever you're doing recruitment, it's always important to avoid discrimination because it's so not good sometimes to discriminate people because of where they're coming from or because of their gender or because of their nationality, age, among other things. So one key what is important is to appreciate that the Employment Act under Section 5 of the Employment Act disallows issues of discrimination. And if we read that particular section, it talks about that no person shall discriminate against any employee or a prospective employee on the grounds of race, color, sex, language, disability, or property, even ethnic, social regionality, or even the nationality, or political, or any other opinion. So this is one of the things that we need to appreciate, to say there's no need for us to discriminate each other whenever it comes to issues of recruitment, training, promotion, even when you're applying the terms and conditions of service, or even when you want to terminate someone, you shouldn't regard the issues in terms of one's age or maybe sex or even nationality or even ethnic background. So that is important to appreciate, to say whenever you want to do recruitment, you should be able to avoid discrimination. And also what is important, we need to understand, to say whenever you're doing recruitment, because recruitment, there is no law that says how you should recruit, but the law what comes close is that they just say you should avoid discrimination. But in the event that you want to recruit, you should be able to follow your terms and conditions of service, or even the recruitment policy that you have put in place. Yeah, so you might find that some employers would not advertise the job. Some employers would not conduct interviews. Yeah, but provided that's not provided there in their terms and conditions of service. But if it's provided in the terms and conditions of service, just to say employer who is going to do interviews, or maybe employer is going to advertise the job. So if you have not done that, and you might find that it's wrong, and also it can be considered as irregular or inconsistent with your terms and conditions of service. And this is what we need to appreciate. But in terms of having a law to say you should be able to advertise, also maybe you should be able to shortlist when you have advertised and all that, the law is silent when it comes to that. Yeah, and what we need to appreciate is that sometimes we find that some employers, they don't have a policy on what to follow whenever they want to recruit someone, and this it means they can do without need and also act in different ways. And also there are some people who can be able to recruit because of someone's tribe, also where he's coming from, and also this is wrong. Even some people can discriminate people because of their age, among other things. And what we need to appreciate whenever you want to do a recruitment process, the first process that has to be involved is what we call job analysis. And when you talk about job analysis, is where now you want to identify the various skills, the qualifications, and also the responsibilities that one has to perform within the organization. So when you come up with all these things, if you document this particular thing, so the output that you're going to have after this thing is what we call the job description. So you describe as to what you want that the person that is going to fill that particular position is going to be doing. So it's always important to appreciate, to say when you want to come out with a job description, this is an output from a process which we call the job analysis. And what are key the people who are in the department where the recruitment or the job is falling within, because they're the ones who knows what has to be done. So in terms of this particular job description, you need to appreciate that it should contain things like maybe what kind of skills and knowledge are needed for the job, and also why do you think this kind of particular skills and knowledge is needed. And also what is also important is also to appreciate that what kind of qualifications are required within the job, and also any other requirements that you need this particular job is going to have. So whenever you have come up with that particular document, or the output, as I said earlier on, is what we call the job description. So when you have the job description, you can now decide whether you need to do internal advertisement regarding if you are shown that there are other people who are available within the organization, or maybe you need to do external recruitment. And also there are some cases when you have got the job description, you might find that maybe the people whom you want to recruit, you don't have the expertise to interview such kind of people. Maybe you can engage a third-party recruitment agencies like the Change Consult Group, for example, to do such kind of recruitment for you. So what we need to appreciate is that this party, a third party recruitment agency, who facilitating the recruitment in terms of having the job description reviewed or even developed, and also advertising, doing the shortlisting, doing the interviews, selection, even the remuneration negotiations, and even doing the reference checks and also the police checks before the offer is made to the employee. So what we need to appreciate also is to say this particular process is always considered when you see that there could be some biases, or you just want the recruitment to be done in a professional way. And also another thing that we need to appreciate is after you have identified the positions, and also you have done the job description, and also maybe you have engaged the third-party recruitment agency, or you haven't engaged the third-party recruitment agency, you might need to advertise. So another process that also need to do is to advertise. It could be in the local newspapers, in colleges, or even you can put some posters maybe at the places where the general public tend to visit frequently, like the national libraries, or even other libraries like the nice libraries. And also maybe you can have an online advert you can put on Facebook, Twitter, and even sometimes you can be able to reach out to some people who are involved in recruitment. You should be able to share, or to professional groups. Even you can share more. For example, if you're looking for an accountant, you can be able to share with institutions like ICAM, who can be able to advertise to their members. So that's also another way of doing the advertising. And what is important to appreciate is that you just want to make sure that you're able to reach out to a large population that is going to. So when you have advertised, you should be able to indicate when is the due date for the advert, and also what is it that you are looking for, and also in terms of where the applications have to be sent, whether by email or maybe they have to be sent physically. It all depends on what you need to do. So I think what is also important is to ensure that on the advert there shouldn't be any kind of discrimination, for example, to state certain kind of gender that you're looking for, or even it's also not important sometimes to indicate even age that you are looking for. But maybe if you want to put gender, you can put if you are looking at some kind of affirmative action. So you can provide a justification to say, for example, the organization has a lot of women. Maybe you are looking for a man just because you want to feel the gender balance and all that. So that's also allowed, and I think there's no harm for that. So I think because at the end of the day, the gender policy says that, or the gender act says that we should be able to strive for 40-60. So what is important is to ensure that. And also after that, when the advert, when maybe the positions have been applied. So you might need to think of also other processes that you need to embark on. But what is important is for the job advert to have a clear information on what you are looking for. So thanks so much for listening to this session. Thank you.